like, yeah, £200 for 50 ml something like that.
Yeah, I mean, for what it is, I feel like you could make something that smells very similar and charge like £50 a bottle for it.
Yeah. Hello guys, welcome back to the School of Scents. Welcome back, Samuel.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. How does it feel to be the most hated man in School of Scents?
Am I really the most hated?
No, probably not. You have tough competition with me.
I feel like I'm quite polarizing in your comments, it seems.
Yeah, you gave Prada L'Homme Intense a 3 out of 10, something like that.
Do people not give people stuff like 3 out of 10s? Is that just not a thing?
No, that's what I'm saying, man. People are too scared to just say that how it is.
I feel like something's got to have 3 out of 10, right?
Yeah.
So
maybe not Prada L'Homme Intense, but okay, yeah, whatever. You do you, man. Yeah, no, that's fair enough. I agree. Yeah.
But that's my taste, right? That's my personal taste.
Yeah, of course.
So it's like, it's not to say it's bad. It's just to say I wouldn't want it for me, you know. And just because I'm a perfumer, right, doesn't mean I don't have a personal taste. Obviously, I can look at things in terms of their technical construction, but to analyze that properly, I'm gonna need like a lot more time.
Yeah, of course.
To look into the details, you know.
I'm giving you a snapshot.
So if I'm going to smell stuff quickly, it's going to be way more biased towards my personal opinion than just its technical.
Of course, exactly. But that's why I love that you're brutal. I think for this video, let's make the rule now. We ban the number 8 out of 10. No 8 out of 10s in this video.
I think you're going to have to give at least one thing less than a 3, okay?
Me? Oh.
Yeah, equal to a lesser.
I'm so... Okay, maybe. Maybe. Let's see.
If you give everything a high score, then I'm going to scale them down for you, such that the worst one goes down to a 3. Okay,
what I think is the worst? Well, I'll bring it down to a 3.
It's going to be like in school, you know, when you like moderate the exams?
Yeah.
If all the students got like A's and B's, then obviously like someone's going to have to get an E or an F, right? So we're going to have to scale the grades.
Damn, I'm getting flashbacks.
I mean? This is the School of Scent, Omar.
This is like
the School of Scent.
This is like PTSD back to everyone's school days right now. We're all getting war flashbacks. Cool. And congratulations, Sam. If you guys haven't noted, Sam Macer has released his own perfume. Tell us a little bit about that.
So this is my first perfume for another brand.
Okay, that's right.
As with my own brand. So you can now call me legit.
Yeah.
So this brand was called Scent Trunk. They're a brand in the US, and I've been working with them to produce a perfume. So they hire a different perfumer out every 3 months. So they do
that's
one for each season.
That's their unique selling
point. That's kind of their thing.
Okay.
And they hired me out for autumn this year. Nice. So the whole theme of the perfume is to do a perfume that's based around dark academia. So I don't know if you've seen any of those like dark academia study mix 1 hour things on YouTube.
Well, yeah, I know what you mean, and the fact that you said we're going to standardize everyone to an F grade really fits your dark academia vibe.
So that's what we're doing here. So we made a dark academia perfume, and it's got kind of a smell of like dark old dusty bookcases and like a nice glowing amber. It's kind of interesting composition, very unusual. It's kind of mixing amber, orange blossom, leather, vetiver, oak wood. Anyway, so that's that perfume.
And what's it called?
It's called Amber Shadow.
Amber Shadow. So everyone in the US, you guys can go check that out.
You guys can check it out if you want to.
And Scent Trunk's unique selling point is they find independent perfumers like you and give them a platform to shine.
Yeah,
amazing. Go check it out, guys. If you're in the US, I'm hopefully going to smell it soon myself. So go check it out, guys. This video today, Sam. Today we are going to be testing 4 different fragrances that all meet a certain criteria. Okay. People will see the video title. I'm not telling you it now because I want you basically to tell us what your thoughts are as a blind reaction. I'm going to do it with you. The video title might be something like a perfumer and reviewer analyze these kind of fragrances from other YouTube reviewers. So these other YouTube reviewers have reviewed these fragrances, and we're kind of gonna see if we agree or disagree with them, basically.
So we're gonna know the reviews beforehand?
No.
Or just at the end? So you're gonna know, and I'm not. So
yeah, but that's what makes it interesting. So I've actually smelled 2 of these fragrances before, and other 2 even I haven't smelled them before.
Okay.
So it'll be interesting. Shall we begin?
Let's go.
Let's go. So I won't show you the.
Okay. Can you do it the right way around today?
No. All right. So which way do you want to spray here? Okay.
Oh, I saw someone comment last time, like, oh, this is so pretentious, there's no right way around. So it's true, like, there's no, you know what, obviously it's a strip of paper, you can do whatever you want, right? But this is just what they do in the industry. So the reason I think is because those little pointy ends, they're nice for like dipping into normally when you're doing perfumery, you have little sample bottles, right? And they don't actually have sprays. You normally dip it straight in. So it's like a nice little way to kind of dip just the tip in.
Yeah, exactly. I don't blame that commenter because of course
I don't blame him.
They don't do
You're right. It's like a strip of paper. Like,
Yeah,
come on.
yeah.
Of course, it's not correct. It's like ridiculous to say that.
That commenter is going to come for you now.
It's going to come for me. It's going to come for me.
People are like, this is my response.
But if we're in the school of scent, you know, we got to...
I think so, yeah. We're trying to educate people. We're trying to give like interesting content. People are just... Sometimes they hate it. It is what it is.
This is interesting.
Amouage Interlude, Black Iris.
The leather mixed with this like iris, orris combination. There is something sweet. There is something kind of like musky, earthy, woody. I would probably say it's one of the most unique fragrances that I have ever smelled, like truly.
You can smell in the air.
I smell something already. It smells like sweets.
It smells so strong,
it smells
sweets.
Yeah, I've walked into a sweet shop, like one that sells like mix and match jelly beans or something like that. Do you think?
Or say you have some kind of licorice-esque kind of those kind of candies, licorice.
I'm not getting licorice so far.
Yeah.
But maybe. It smells a lot of like synthetic fruity notes. Okay, so up close it's a lot more oody and a bit animalic. Interesting. Got like incense notes, oud notes, woody ambers in there.
It's very Middle Eastern, kind of traditionally Oriental family.
Interesting.
Style. What are you positive or negative at this point?
I don't know.
I think this is fantastic. I really like it. I think it's fantastic. I think it just has so much character. It's very dark, smoky, Middle Eastern, intense. It says something. It's a statement fragrance. That's why I like that phrase. They make a statement. I know what you mean. It's a little bit animalic.
It's got like a nice peppery notes.
Yeah.
Like kind of almost like black pepper or frankincense with like a nice complex rich oud.
Yeah.
And I think that is very nicely constructed together. I think it's almost one of the best ways to display oud in that kind of, you got a bit of like a spicy edge to it.
Yeah, I was going to say clove. Do you think it's clove?
I would say it's more black pepper leaning, but
okay.
I would be very unsurprised if there was clove.
Yeah, because I feel like it's like a really nice natural clove.
There's probably something like that in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. It's
like it, yeah.
I think it grows on me. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a safe fragrance, but it's
it's very it's very rich, complex. I think quite elegant, and it's very stylized, as in. Like it's got its own personality. It's not like a safe generic fragrance. It's like a fragrance with a bold personality, which I think is good. Especially, I think when we've got oud fragrances, often it's those strongly like bold oud fragrances which can really be some of the best ones, right? They're not trying to hide it. They're trying to like let it shine.
Yeah, it knows what it's supposed to be, exactly.
Yeah.
I
so
agree.
I think it's a nice perfume.
What would you give this out of 10?
The first regs the hardest.
Careful now, the commenters have their...
I don't mind the commenters, but I'm thinking it's like, because what if this one, I think it's good, and then the rest of it even better. So if I give it a high mark, then I'm going to have to squeeze in, I don't know, I do think it's a good fragrance. I'm...
Remember, no 8s.
So I'm leaning towards an 8, that's it.
8's a ban for this video.
Let's give it an 8.5 then.
8.5. Yeah, I'll give it a 9. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Fantastic.
Voyage Hermes Parfum. The fragrance is awesome. It is crazy good. I mean, it is completely overlooked nowadays. But that one right there, an under the radar beast.
Interesting. I've never smelled this one before myself. There you go.
Okay.
The master smelled first.
So this one doesn't have as much projection, I think, as the other one.
Probably not, yeah.
As in, I didn't smell this one straight away, but the other one I did. So that's a sign of good projection. Yeah. Interesting. So this one I think is a lot more like blended together. I felt like some fresh, maybe slightly watery, like lily style notes in there. Something like that.
Very crisp and clean, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes. If you're just looking for like your general throw-on fragrance, you know, for like any situation where you just want to kind of smell a bit fresh but clean rather than that other one, it's like when you're going out and you want to feel like maybe like $1 million and you want to go with a strong, bold impression or something. This feels more like your everyday kind of just fresh day fragrance. I can imagine this being daytime, perfect for the office, I think. Yeah. I feel like this would be a great one for the office. Yeah, like working in a clinic or something like that. You'd be inoffensive. It smells very high quality, well blended. I think it might have like average performance. It might not be the best performing fragrance, but I feel like it would work best in the warmer weather, maybe. Yeah. A nice office fragrance. But that's it, like in a spring, summer. You don't necessarily, sometimes when you want to be a bit more subtle, you don't want your fragrance to be too loud. I think this could be for someone who wants to be like, in the middle, just kind of, it's like fresh, but it's not so like strong like it's a Sauvage or a, You know, like a
You said it
Davidoff
now.
cool
You said-
water.
yeah, yeah.
It's not like a shouty thing
Yeah.
where it's like really like got
This
strong
doesn't-
aquatic
it's not
notes.
screechy at all. This is
Exactly.
Yeah, this is very like
It's clean.
clean and smooth. Yeah.
Clean and smooth, yeah.
Yeah, I think it does have some green notes in there, but
Yeah.
I think that this is for anyone who thinks they can't handle green notes. This is a very easy, like slightly green fragrance. It's like more airy and fresh
Yeah.
and clean than green, but it has some of that in there. So I think it's cool, isn't it?
It's
What would you
nice
give this
to-
out of 10?
I think it's nicely put together. I would give it a 6.5 or 7, one of those two. Somewhere in
Wow.
that range.
Okay.
I think it's nice. It's just a little bit boring. It's very well like blended and well balanced. So I'll give it that.
Cool. Yeah, I think, you know what, I want to give it an 8, you know?
Yeah.
Like, but I can't.
Okay.
So I'd opt more for the 8.5.
8.5. Okay.
8.5. That's
Do you ever give anything like below a 7?
I'm scared of the commenters, bro. You saw they're relentless, bro. I'm so scared.
Call the witch hunt. Get pitchforks out.
Like, I hate this fragrance, but I'm not gonna give it lower than a 7.
We should get some commenters on the show.
Oh,
That'd be
yeah.
great.
I'm gonna
Can you do that?
find the biggest haters and just invite them
Let's
to
do
the
it.
show. That'd
If
be
anyone
great.
lives in the UK,
hit us up. If you're a hater, a professional hater.
I want a mixture. I want two sides of the table, like haters and the fans on
The
one
super
side,
fans, yeah.
and I want them to have like a match, a shouting battle over the top,
A civilized discussion.
civilized discussion.
Like a school debate.
Tom Ford, Ebene Fume. Check this one out. I think scent profile alone, this stuff is a stunner, very unique and very masculine.
So, this one I have smelled before.
This one has similar elements to the first one on some level, like
Yeah.
the peppery notes and slightly oody notes. You know,
It's probably in a similar scent family,
Yeah.
that traditionally titled Oriental family.
it reminds me very slightly of the oud fragrance I made from the How to Make an Oud Perfume video.
Great video, guys. You should go check that out.
I mean, I'm not saying this is like, I'm sure this is better than the one that I did, but it's kind of a mixture of like oud, maybe some cashmere, some musks.
Cashmere, which replicates like a cashmere note, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's it's a really nice material, isn't it? Cashmere.
Yeah. Same like a lot of like
Oud,
Ice Sweet
cashmere,
Super
yeah.
kind of timber silk or something like that. So like a strong presence of woody ambers.
Yeah. It reminds me of a Penhaligon's fragrance. Have you ever tried?
really?
Have you tried Halfeti by Penhaligon's?
Yeah.
I kind of feel like
Halfeti.
it shares similar base
I
notes.
don't know what you mean.
That's-
I prefer Halfeti, I must say. I think that's like that's a banging fragrance, you know. That one's
Yeah.
solid and it's really unique. Whereas this one, maybe it's just because it reminds me a bit of the one that I made.
Yeah.
In my head, it's like not as
That's awkward
advanced,
where you're
but-
like, I can just make this at home myself, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying, as I say, I'm sure my one's not as good, but this one doesn't stand out to me as much as like, wow, like how do they make that? It's from my perfumer's mind, it's more like, oh yeah, they've kind of done this and that roughly.
yeah, yeah.
So to
Doesn't
me,
wow
it's,
you,
yeah,
you
it's because it
understand.
doesn't wow me. It makes me think of it as a bit less creative.
But yeah, it's very dry, woody. As you
Yeah.
said, timber silk, which is like
Yeah.
the more
Exactly.
dense version of Ice Sweet Super is how I would describe
Timber
it.
silk, I find it to be a more velvety version.
Okay.
So I won't get too much into details, but essentially, Ice Sweet Super is a molecule manufactured in a certain way. And you know, when it's manufactured, you've got a certain mixture of actual like what they call isomers inside of there. Timber silk is the same thing, made in a different way, and that distribution. So the actual very specific molecule inside of it, it's just a different ratio of the different types of it. So it's kind of on a macroscopic level, it's the same. On a microscopic level, when you dig into like the details, there's like slight differences, and they do have a difference in the smell. So timber silk's more like a velvety. I find it to be warmer. It's like a more ambery version. Ice Sweet Super is just like the classic.
Yeah. What would you give that out of 10?
Like a
I'll give it a 6.
yeah.
What would you give it?
Yeah, no, I'm down with the 6.
Down with the 6
Yeah,
as
I'm
well?
down. Okay, I think that's a good rating.
So my reasoning is that I think it smells generic
Yeah.
in that kind of style. I feel like, as we said, both said, there's other
Yeah.
phrases
Fragrances
that
of similar style,
yeah,
like
they do it better.
oud plus Ice Sweet Super
Yeah.
plus black pepper / frankincense.
Yeah,
Those.
exactly. I think other phrases do it better,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
And I think what biases me is that I know the rough price tags of
Yeah.
those fragrances.
Oh, okay.
The first one I
Interesting.
say is easily worth the money. I think that last one I don't think it's worth the money.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying it's not that creative. I think other fragrances do it better. It's not worth the price. That's probably gonna be limited in its wearability as well. It's gonna be like a cold weather scent. But yeah, I'll give
That's
it a
true.
6. And
Okay.
you a 6.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Cool.
Down.
Last one.
Designer fragrances that are a 10 out of a 10. Emporio Armani, Stronger With You, absolutely. Chestnut, rum and vanilla, unique.
So can you smell this in the air?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, so that's some projection to it.
Yeah, definitely. It smells like the ethyl maltol style of projection, where you've got that like slight sweetness in the projection.
Ethyl maltol whipping through the base. No, you don't watch Aaron Turner's, no?
Well, there we go. There we go. That's it. Oh, but then when you smell it up close, it's a lot fresher.
Okay.
It's a lot more like dihydromercinol oriented.
The fresh out the shower, ambery kind of.
Oh, I like this a lot. This is very nice.
I didn't like it in the air, but let's see what it's like smelling up close.
It's got a sweet projection, and the more you smell into it, it's very fresh, watery.
Oh, this smells like just like Azara, the Most Wanted. Have you ever tried a fragrance? It's like the Gun Revolver brand.
I've seen it though. I've seen
it. Maybe because I already smell that fragrance. It disappoints me because now I just feel like all the brands are copying each other now. That I'm smelling this, but
if you're a young guy and you're gonna go out to like a club or something in the evening, this would be like a banger fragrance. I think
it's like spot on. It's like a sweeter scent that has some freshness to balance it out, so it doesn't get annoying like in the club. Yeah, sexy. I think smelling those first few fragrances, I just feel like this quality is not matching. I think the first two, anyways, I think are better quality in this.
Really,
I can just tell.
I prefer this one than the second one personally. Okay. But I don't think that's quality. It's more taste. I just like it, and maybe it's because I'm the kind of person who would like that kind of thing. But
it's well blended, but it's well blended. I think
can see why it's
Yeah.
Not that creative, maybe.
Yeah.
You could say this second one does a better job of, being in its own niche.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, exactly.
I like it though.
Yeah, I think it's very pleasant.
Yeah.
What do you give that out of 10?
Yeah, so I'll give this one an 8.
But we don't do 8s.
So 8.2.
So
8.2.
You can do
I can't
8.5 or 7.5.
See, I feel like technically maybe I'll give it an 8.5.
8.5.
I'll give it an 8.5. Why not?
I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I think maybe it's because it's like a similar scent family to the first one. Just having that quality difference. There's definitely a huge difference in quality, and I just feel like it is very pleasant. But I think it's very good for its price tag. But I think what's disappointing me is the fact that I know there are other fragrances that smell very similar to this.
Oh, but I gave that one an 8.5, didn't I?
Yeah.
I definitely can't give this one as much as that, because that first one was for sure better.
Yeah.
So I'll give this a 7.
But bear in mind is that you can probably tell there's a huge price difference between the first and last one. Or maybe not. Maybe if I buy
I don't know. Well, you tell me, and then
I
would expect the last one to be cheaper.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So that's the thing.
So you can say it's a similar rating based
maybe
on
for the price. Yeah.
So 8.5 as well. Okay. Fair enough. I'm personally giving it a 7 out of 10 today. Now I want the hate. Give me the hate today, guys.
I'll give it the 8 though. I really want to give it an 8.
No, I can't give it an 8.
But
it's too generic.
It's an 8.
Let's choose one or the other. Okay, cool. Shall I reveal to you what these fragrances are? Cool. Okay, so Sam, the concept of this video was that these 4 fragrances have all been given a 10 out of 10 rating by other YouTube reviewers. Yeah. All right, so I'm not giving any hate to them. I just thought this would be a fun, interesting video to do to see if we agree or disagree. And obviously, I knew the fragrances and the reviewers are giving these ratings, but I tried to give someone else who doesn't have that as much bias as I did. And I tried to have some fragrances that I didn't smell either before. Do you guys like that kind of content where both me and Sam haven't smelled the fragrances, and we give like a perfumer and reviewer come along and analyze together? Do you guys like that? Let us know in the comments down below. So along with your hate comments, give us some feedback on that as well. Add it on, just add it on the end. So are you ready to see which one's which, basically?
Yes.
So the first one you said with the oud and the very complex, and the one you predict is expensive. That fragrance is.
Yeah, after smelling the rest, I would almost want to bump that up to like a 9,
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes you need the context. Like when you rate the first one, it's hard to place it without the...
But maybe if I give you the price tags as well, because then if you have a higher
give me the price tags. That I think is very important.
You must have heard of Amouage, the brand.
Ah, yeah, I've heard of them.
So this is Interlude Black Iris.
Interesting. Okay, how much is it?
There's going to be, I suspect there's some real oud in there. It's a very expensive fragrance, like 250, 300 pounds.
Ah, okay. So okay. So for the price tag, yeah. Okay, I can still stick with the 8.5 then.
Yeah.
Because I've never spent that much on a fragrance myself.
No, it's craziness, but I personally would for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of money, but I think this is actually one of the best fragrances in the brand. I had a sample ages ago, like a few years back. So I did smell, but getting a refresh, and I still love it, even after years. It's one of those fragrances. That's a good sign. If you have a fragrance sample a few years back and a few years later, after your nose develops, you still love it. It means it stands the test of time, basically. Sure. So I actually wouldn't mind buying a full bottle. I think it's one of their best, personally. Number 2 was Hermes. Voyage, Voyage Parfum. Have you seen that bottle with it's like an upside down cylinder kind of thing?
No, but I know Hermes, and I think they're a great brand.
I think this is probably created by Jean-Claude Ebene, probably, who you very much
one of your big fan of Jean-Claude. I think he's
you both read this book now. I think after you recommended it.
Yeah, I'd say he's probably my favorite perfumer.
Yeah. You can tell it's his kind of style though. It's just very smooth. Like everything just works well together. And go on.
Well constructed, well blended. Yeah.
It wasn't to your taste exactly this fragrance, but what would you give?
It wasn't to my taste. It was simply that it was just. It just didn't have like, it wasn't that kind of, I don't know. It was just I wouldn't say like generic-y, because it actually was it was actually a bit unique in the way that it hadn't gone too like aquatic like lots of things do. Hadn't gone too like green or too soft and soapy. Found a really nice balance in the middle, and that was very nice.
Yeah.
But sometimes when things are a bit in the middle of things, they feel a bit, I wouldn't say boring, but it's a bit just like toned down.
People looking for the most inoffensive soapy fragrance, I think check this fragrance out, because I think it'll be perfect.
If you're looking for a safe, inoffensive fragrance,
office like scent.
Scent, this would be great.
This is my first time smelling it as well, by the way, and I think I'm glad I've discovered this guy. So yeah, check it out. I think it's pretty cool. All right, number 3 was this third one. I'd love to hate on this brand nowadays because I don't think they're as good as they used to be. This is Tom Ford's Ebene Fume.
Interesting.
This one's from their private blends.
Okay. How much was that?
Too much.
And actually, how much was the Hermes one and the
Hermes? I think it's like Hermes price is like 70, 80 pounds, something like that.
Which I think is like a good price point, because with Hermes you're getting good quality, and the prices are like reasonable. They're not trying to be like 200 kind of range, right?
It's a very solid designer brand. Yeah.
What about the Tom Fords? Because they're quite expensive, right?
Too much. It's too much.
How much is how much? Like
Ebene Fume's like £200 for 50 ml. Something like that.
I mean, for what it is, I feel like you could make something that smells very similar and charge like £50 a bottle for it.
Yeah.
I don't see the point. Like, there's so many brands that put big prices on things. Like, have you seen the price of Baccarat Rouge?
Yes.
And if you look at the formula, which you can find online,
yes, he did a video.
The one that makes where you can make a dupe of it that smells very similar.
Yeah.
Like, it's so cheap to make. Now, if you're using expensive naturals like real oud and, like high quality rose in like reasonable amounts, I can understand you charging a lot. Mm-hmm. But I feel like sometimes these big brands, they make you feel like they're really, they're using expensive stuff with all their marketing. Actually, sometimes they just end up with a really cheap perfume inside, and it's just like the bottle and their brand image, which makes you think you're buying something really nice quality. You not necessarily always are.
It's not always the case.
Because Tom Ford's never going to go charge like sub 100 for their perfume, because they're Tom Ford, right?
Yeah.
But when I smell this, I really think I would only be expecting to pay like 60.
Yeah, maybe they should have put us in the signature line instead of the private blend, but who knows what their reason
maybe
was.
they did put something expensive in it, but unless they told me what it was, I would have a hard time believing it.
Exactly. Maybe where the effect hasn't hit. Perhaps. Yeah, fair enough. I think it's probably overpriced.
For the price, definitely not one.
And not as exciting as their old private blend stuff. There's no like tobacco oud, for example, or like their old stuff there. Crazy stuff like Tuscan leather, tobacco oud wood, plum japonais, all these older private blend losses. When Tom Ford was more in the helm of it, before they got bubbled out and all that, it was just
keep churning out fragrances these days.
Now it's like it doesn't hit.
Because if you had enough money to spend on that, you might as well get the
Interlude Black Iris.
Exactly. Like, why not? It's just the same thing for better.
Yeah,
I would say. Well, much better. Yeah.
Agreed.
Cool.
Last one now is Emporio Armani. Do you know the Stronger With You line? This is absolutely one of the latest flankers.
It's like red as well.
Yeah, it's very ambery in its color. Red. Yeah.
Which one was this one?
This is the last one that you thought was good for clubbing.
Yeah. Oh, now it's dried down a bit. The ethyl maltol has started to get a bit too strong. But I mean, yeah, whatever. It's cool. I think it's nice. How much is it?
Mid-range designer, probably £60, something like that.
Okay, that's good. I think that's like a good pickup.
I think it's a very reasonable
good pickup,
price. Yeah, it's very solid.
I like that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sticking with my rating of 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Are you sticking with your rating of 8.5?
Okay, let's go re-rate them. Now we know the prices. So the first one, I'll give it a 9, which I think is slightly higher than I did before.
Yeah.
The second one, the Hermes, I will give it an 8, which is slightly higher than before.
It's not allowed, but okay.
The Tom Ford one, I will now give it a 4.
Okay.
Because I think it's way overpriced.
Yeah.
I just think it's fine, but it's just way overpriced, And then the final one, I will give also an 8.
Fantastic.
Which, yeah, I think so. After I've had some time to sit on it.
Yeah, I think the price changes everything.
Price changes everything. Maybe with the second and fourth, I've been slightly biased, just knowing that I like Hermes, but but it's also the fourth one now. It's dried down a bit. It's just quite ethyl maltol, and it's a bit sickly when you've just got a lot of ethyl maltol.
Yeah, that's.
So I really like the impact of it, but after the dry down, it got a bit, Whereas
if you own Azara the Most Wanted, you don't need to get Stronger With You. Absolutely, I think having both is redundant and just.
Like this is a much nicer dry down, don't you think? The second, it retains its balance and its elegance, but it's also more subtle. So if you are in an office, that's the one I think, because it's going to be, you know, not offensive. Just a subtle, when you get close to someone, you just smell like a nice smell.
Cleanliness, yeah.
Whereas the fourth one, it's like when you're out in a club or something, it's like you want that projection. If you want that sillage, then I reckon that one's going to give you that most of that.
You don't want a dentist wearing stronger with the absolute.
Yeah, exactly.
You prefer them to wear like Voyage Parfum, and I think the fact that it's a Parfum, I'm not sure about the performance, but I'm hoping that it'll be at least like 8 hours or something.
It should
like
do.
Yeah.
Anything with like that much ethyl maltol.
No, I mean the Hermes.
Oh, the Hermes.
Yeah, it's very light and clean. Hopefully it's still, hopefully, because it's Voyage Parfums, hopefully it still lasts a while. Yeah. Hopefully.
Should do. I think I don't know. It's hard to say. Actually, I don't want to comment.
Okay, we'll so that's the video. That's 4 different reviewers who gave these fragrances 10 out of 10s, and probably our editing unicorn would have edited the clips in as we're smelling each one. Yeah. So said they were all 10 out of 10s, but it's interesting.
What's your revised ratings with the prices as well?
Oh, I kind of knew the prices all along anyway, so I kind of had the context. But I'll match you a 4 out of 10. So we'll go down together for a 4 out of 10 for Ebene Fume.
Go down with the ship.
Going down with the ship, exactly. So 4 out of 10 for Ebene Fume, because I don't think it's worth the money. So but I thought this was a fun video. Thank you very much, Samuel. It's been an absolute pleasure. Cheers, as always. Do you have any last words for everyone here?
No, I do not.
No. If you guys have tried,
go and enjoy the next video that you're going to watch on YouTube.
Yes, go watch either my own videos or go subscribe to Sam, because he does perfume
Watch whatever you want, honestly.
No. I insist, guys. I insist. Sam, well, if you want to learn about perfumery and the technical side of things, go over to Sam's channel, guys. So thanks for watching, guys. Give your feedback about this video content down below if you want to see us do some more. And see you guys in the next one. Bye.